As we try to look for some type of normalcy amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, Saluda Shoals Park delivers with holiday lights on the river. So it is a go. And I'm going to be talking with Mark Baker, who is the park director. Welcome to the show, and so glad that the holiday lights is still on.
We are too, and we're really excited about this, and thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
Now, how many years has it been that you've had holiday lights?
So we started Holiday Lights in 2001, and the show has really evolved since then. It started off entering at our Bush River Road entrance, and the light show was probably close to a mile at that point in time. We now enter at our St. Andrews Road entrance, and the light show is about 2.5 miles long now.
Awesome. And you had no idea that you would have this in place for such a time as this. So it's not going to be that much different during COVID, right?
Correct. We have made some small changes to make sure that we're staying safe, the public's safe, everybody that's involved in this show is safe. So it is a drive-through light show, which is great because it makes it really easy to practice social distancing. In the past, during this light show, we have offered activities. We're not offering activities this year because we want to keep people as safe as possible. We are offering the option, if you'd like to get out of your car, we do have a walking trail that is outdoors. You can get out and walk on that trail. And other than that, we do have some light concessions along that path, but we're not offering activities. We don't, unfortunately, have Santa this year. I know that's really a big miss. We wish we did, but to be safe, we just can't offer that this year. And I know there's a lot of families that really look forward to Santa every year, but we're really hoping next year that we're back to normal and Santa will be back.
But let me ask you this. Okay. So who strung the lights? Because it's like a gazillion lights out there.
That's a really good question. So our maintenance team, I'll just give you the whole background. It's kind of interesting how this works. So we actually start planning this light show in January. So in December we start planning again in January. And what we do is we look at what can we do to make it better. So we actually put together a staff committee, and each committee member is assigned a certain task, and they bring it to the committee, and we determine how we're going to set up the show. And then from there, our maintenance team actually puts up those lights. We actually start putting up lights the Tuesday after Labor Day. So it takes a long time. And then to speed up the process, we put down ground lights. So when you're driving through, you'll notice just thousands. There's probably millions of lights just on the ground, not in the trees, but just in the ground. And we actually bring in what's called our staff decoration day, where we have all of our full-time staff come in that day from the entire agency. So we have about 65 individuals that all they do all day is put down ground lights, and they're broken up into teams.
Amazing.
So that typically happens around the 1st of November that day. So it's a solid 3-month process putting up lights, and then it takes about a month to take them down as well. So
wow.
The Christmas never really ends here. It's typically year round.
I don't know. I think I would have to leave those lights up.
Yeah, and we the part of the reason we don't is just because we're an outdoor park with a lot of a natural environment, and the vegetation would just grow through it, and it would be tough the next year. But we do have a lot of wildlife in the park too, so when they get active, sometimes they'll affect the lights as well. So we for all the above, unfortunately, we have to take them down every year and then put them back up. So we have like about a 6-month window where we don't have lights up in some form of fashion.
Okay. Well, kudos to the whole staff that puts that all together, because it is truly amazing.
Well, thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the ticket prices and where the proceeds go.
Okay. Well, if you come in a car, it's $20 per car. You can pile as many people as you want in that car. 15 passenger vans are $40 and buses are $60. There is a $1 processing fee for credit card. But the proceeds for this event really support our park. those dollars go back into the operations of this park. They not only support it during holiday lights, but they support it throughout the entire year. So when you come into the park, let's say in July, the proceeds for this event help support, the boats are putting on the river, the staff that are helping you get out there in the boats, just the park as a whole. So this is a big, big moment for us in regards to park operations, this program.
How much has COVID-19 affected the park this year?
So COVID-19 has had a huge effect on our park. So back in April, we had to make a decision, and we basically had to shut down our park. During that time frame, our park lost $200,000 in revenue just in the first month. Wow. Which was a huge hit. Another example of this is we're not seeing the numbers that we typically see at our River Center, which is a convention center within the park. That facility alone brings in about 1/3 of our budget. So that's also down. We also had to make some decisions in regards to our staffing the park. At that point in time, we had to drop our full-time staff, decrease their pay rate by 20%. So we've had to make some really tough decisions in the park to maintain our operations. We're starting to move back forward now, which is really great. But COVID had a massive impact on our park. And we're still feeling the impact, not just at this park, but the other parks within our agency as well.
Mm-hmm. So with holiday lights on the river, you have an opportunity. It's like a twofold thing. The funds will be helping to put back into the park. But do you anticipate many people? Because normally before COVID, you had record numbers of people driving through.
So just so you know what's happening right now, we are seeing trends where we're having more people visit holiday lights than ever, which is a great thing.
Wow.
So if you compare apples to apples, at this point in time last year, we're about 3,900 cars up from last year, which is wonderful. I think there's not a lot to do now. I mean, I was talking to my staff the other day. You can't even go to the movie theater and see a movie right now. And football's not where it was last year. So we're able to give an opportunity to the community to come out and do something safe where people feel safe. And that's something that we're very proud of as a park and as an agency, that we're able to do that and actually, provide the community with something to do that's safe and that they really enjoy. And this is a tradition for people every year. I can't tell you how many people come through here and say, we do this every single year. Thank you so much for being able to do this. And we really enjoy it. Our family plans around this every single year.
Right. Now, this is going on through December 31st. And guests will enter the St. Andrews side, was it?
Yes. So they will enter at St. Andrews Road. The address there is 6071 St. Andrews Road. So the best entrance, if you're familiar with that area, on St. Andrews Road, there's the Aldi's and the Wendy's. And there's a road right in between there. If you enter through there, that is your best bet for getting into the park.
All right. Where do you think Saluda Shoals Park will be in the next few months, in the next quarter?
Hopefully we continue to work back to getting back to normal. Hopefully after the holidays, we'll start seeing a downtick in COVID cases, and people are going to be more comfortable getting back into the park. The biggest thing we're doing right now is we are really trying to come up with things that people can do safely. Just a prime example, what we did in the past, we couldn't offer a lot of our typical large special events and programs. We started doing drive-through movies in the park, drive-in movies. That was tremendously successful. We were seeing around 170 cars a night for a movie, but that's something we could do safely. So we're really just, in the times we live in, we're having to adapt and try and find things we can do that we can offer the public that are safe. And I think the staff here has done a really good job of that. We have a lot of very creative individuals on our staff, and they've done a just tremendous job of rethinking how we do things. Even with our boat and tube rentals, we've had to rethink how we operate to make it safe for the public.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Awesome. Where can people find you in social media so they can follow you?
Okay, so we are on Facebook and Instagram. So Saluda Shoals Park. If you just pop that in, you should take you right there in the search to our page. We have a pretty active Instagram and Facebook account. So if that's something you're interested in checking out, please do, because not only for holiday lights, but throughout the year, we update it with things happening in the park and just really interesting stuff.
All right. And again, you do have a website. And if anyone wants to find out about holiday lights, the information is there. And any of the other programs and services that you provide. What's your website?
So if you go to icrc.net, that'll bring you up the whole entire agency. Okay. And then you'll have the option of clicking on the park, Saluda Shoals, Crooked Creek, or Seven Oaks Park. So you can click on those parks and it can tell you everything happening in the entire agency.
All right. Mark Baker, Saluda Shoals Park. Thank you for joining us today.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.